President Trump has issued some controversial pardons since beginning his current term. His supporters who were convicted for their actions on January 6, 2021, Scott Jenkins, a Virginia sheriff convicted of taking bribes in exchange for deputizing people, reality TV stars Todd and Julie Crisley, who were imprisoned for committing tens of millions of dollars worth of fraud and tax evasion, and he also recently granted clemency to Larry Hoover, who is serving multiple life sentences in federal prison for drug trafficking and is described in court documents as the chairman of the board of one of the country's largest drug gangs. And yet, with all of those, Barney Lambert, has your pardon been perhaps the most controversial to date?
That is not for me to say, now is it? What a man does with the power he has been given is no affair of mine or anyone else's. That man simply does what he does, just like the rest of us. Whether people approve or disapprove of what that man does is as irrelevant as whether one wasp approves of another wasp eating a honeybee.
Why would President Trump choose to pardon you? What makes you more deserving of this than some other American citizen?
I am not an American citizen.
You're not?
I'm a citizen of the universe. I'm a child of the universe. I'm the child of man and the child of eternity. I am only a visitor to this plane. My home is on the galactic axis, where the angels live and ejaculate their semen onto the firmament to make the stars, my man.
How do you know President Trump?
I've not yet met him. At least not in this life.
What does that mean?
It means that I have visited this plane an infinitude of times other than now, and I'm certain our paths have crossed before, but where? Was he a soldier in an opposing army I shot down in battle? Was he the driver of the carriage that trampled me to death while I was walking along the national road on my way to the Ohio River? Was he the sheep I filled with my seed when I was but a humble Mongolian shepherd? You see, I have no answers. Like all wise men, I have only questions, for questions are the totality of knowledge.
No, I was actually asking what you meant when you said you have not yet met President Trump. Do you plan to meet with him soon?
I'm meeting him this weekend. We're playing golf.
You were convicted on 12 counts of murder.
Yes.
Plus human trafficking.
Yes.
Racketeering.
Yes.
Conspiracy.
Yes.
You've been called a cult leader.
Yes.
All true?
Well, what's the alternative? That I'm innocent? I've just spent 25 years in a penitentiary. We don't send innocent people to penitentiaries, do we?
One of the people you were convicted of murdering was a 79-year-old woman.
Alice Milford. Dear old Alice, she reminded me of my mother.
Who you also killed.
That's why Alice reminded me so much of her. And that's also why I killed Alice. But you see, Alice's fate was sealed long before she ever met me. All our fates were sealed the moment the universe came to be.
Do you feel sorry for any of the things you did? Do you have remorse?
No. Why should I have remorse?
In the eyes of most people, you've done terrible things.
Is that what I've done?
They think you're a bastard, Barney Lambert.
That right?
A murdering bastard.
My man, I'm just an instrument. Just an instrument. Same as you. Same as President Trump, same as those people I killed, the same as those people I led astray, so they say. If fate had determined that my mother was to kill me instead of me killing her, then that's what would have happened, and I would not be here now, and yet nothing would be different. Can you wrap your mind around that? All of existence is ever changing and never changing because it has nothing to do with us. The universe is a gigantic dung heap, and we are just the little tiny insects that swarm around it, attracted by the stench. Now, are you really going to sit there and tell me that you can't smell it on yourself?
When asked about why he chose to pardon you, President Trump said that you were, quote, a good guy, a smart guy, a guy who has been treated very unfairly and who deserves a chance to be free and start his life over. How did your case even wind up on President Trump's radar?
I'm the most famous serial killer in the world, a former spokesmodel for the best-selling brand of baby food, and an EGOT winner, my man. I'm on everybody's radar. Also, I believe my attorney and Mr. President Trump are old golf buddies.
Will your attorney be joining you and President Trump for golf this weekend?
I'm sure that's what he thinks.
I understand it was also your attorney who arranged for you to address the Republican National Convention live via satellite from prison last year.
They told me I could speak to you people if I endorsed Donald Trump. I said, fine. I'm happy to endorse him. I've endorsed him before. 1,000 times in 1,000 lives. I've walked many paths, and I've taken many forms on this planet and on other planets you marching ants have never even known about. So what does that mean? That I know more than you? I only know that I don't know. You see, some of us are moths and some of us are flames. And some of us are taxicabs without wheels. You know what you call a taxicab without wheels? It don't matter, it ain't coming anyway. And some of us are chairs upholstered in dinosaur feathers.
You've been released from prison. Your record has been totally expunged. You're starting your life over with a clean slate. What are you going to do now, other than play golf with the president?
I'll do whatever fate has determined that I will do. I'll complete the remainder of this visitation in the manner in which it was written into the fabric of creation that I would, eons before this body was ejected from the body of a woman who now lies decaying in a grave that I put her in. And when this visitation comes to an end, I'll return to my home realm and take my seat on the throne of lies, which is my rightful place, and I will play the music that was written for me to play, and when that song ends, I'll return to this plane, and maybe next time I'll be a serial killer and a cult leader and whatever else they call me now, or maybe I'll be something really bad, like a carpenter or a fisherman.
Will you kill again?
I will definitely kill again.
Have you done anything fun since you got out?